beautiful humans, and welcome to the Aquarius season EFT tapping video. I'm so excited to be here doing this video for you guys. Today we're going to be talking about some of the major themes of Aquarius and using some tapping scripts that have been written based on the themes of Aquarius season. So Aquarius is a fixed air sign and it's ruled by Saturn, and in modern astrology also Uranus. Saturn and Uranus together make this really interesting energy where Saturn talks about structures and Uranus talks about innovation and change. So together they tend to talk about structures for innovation, creating change, looking towards the future. Aquarius is a very visionary sign. It also tends to deal with themes such as individuality, uniqueness, community, humanitarianism, friendship, innovation, hopes and dreams, and other energies like this. So it can be a really fun energy to work with, but there can also be a shadow side to every energy. So I've created some tapping scripts today. I also want to say a thank you to everyone who answered the poll on my Instagram stories, because I'm going to be using some of those responses as well to help influence how the tapping scripts have been written. So thank you so much for joining me today, tuning in to today's video, and I'm excited to get started. If this is your first time doing EFT, how it works is we'll be tapping on, I do faster EFT, so we're going to be using 4 main points. So all you're going to do is take your hands, you can use as many fingers as you like, and tap on the front of the eyebrow, just right here. Then we're going to tap on the side of the eye, then right under the eye, and right here on the collarbone, sort of right where they come together, right next to that little dip. So these are the 4 points, and I'll cue you in when you should be tapping on each point. So if you just follow along with me, you won't get lost. And there are a couple visualizations in here as well. So I'll invite you to close your eyes for some of those and allow some of that energy to move. So I hope you find this useful. Let's get started. All right, so our first tapping script is going to talk a little bit about feeling accepted and feeling like we belong in our community. This is something that I think almost everybody struggles with at some point in their life, feeling like, ugh, I don't belong here, or I'm not sure if my community is going to accept me if I express myself in an authentic way. So this first tapping script is geared towards that. But before that, I want to tell you a story. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes, if it's safe for you to do so, and imagine this story where there were 2 farmers, and each farmer had hopes of creating the most beautiful garden. But one farmer decided that he was only going to plant one type of flower, and that type of flower was daisies. He was only going to plant an entire garden of daisies. The other farmer decided that he was going to plant lots and lots of different types of flowers and see what would do best over the course of the season. That year, there was a special outbreak of daisy disease, and Mr. Daisy Farmer lost his entire crop. Now, Mr. Diverse Farmer did not lose his entire crop because he chose to invest in diversity, and he recognized that through that choice, he had created a more resilient garden. So this applies to us because each of us is our own individual plant and flower. And if we were all the same, it would make us all susceptible to the same types of weaknesses. And so while we all do have our own individual weaknesses and strengths, having a diverse community really sets us up for the most success. So with that in mind, I'm going to invite you for just a moment to tune into any feelings that you may have of worry about being accepted in your community. And when you're ready, we'll start tapping on the front of the eye, and you'll just repeat after me. So, I've been feeling afraid I won't be accepted. In spite of that, I see myself as free and clear. Side of the eye. I consciously choose to close this fear. Wouldn't it be cool if I was not only accepted, but celebrated as my authentic self? Under the eye. I consciously choose to accept my whole self. It's fun to notice how the energy responds when I lean into authentic expression. It feels so playful to take action on the thoughts and ideas that feel like pleasure. collarbone. I consciously close thoughts that feel like comparison. I love to appreciate expressions of my unique energy. I notice my power when I celebrate myself and others. Great, and then you're gonna squeeze your wrist just like this and take a deep breath in and let it out gently. Well done. Now I'm going to invite you to close your eyes for just a moment, and we're going to imagine that Mr. Diverse Farmer has planted you as a little seed in the garden, and he's patted some dirt down on top of you, and it's very nice and warm in that earthy little cavern that you've had built around you. And as you take a deep breath in, I'd like you to just imagine that little seed sprouting up, 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 pushing out as you exhale, pushing up and out through the dirt, growing nice and tall and reaching towards the sun. Go ahead and take a big deep breath in. Let it out gently again. And say peace. Well done. All right. Our next two scripts are both focused on feeling a little bit stuck in your situation. So if you've been feeling like, oh, I don't know how to create more momentum, or I've been feeling really like I don't know how to think my way out of this, I think that these next tapping scripts are going to help shift some of that energy. So if you want to take a moment to just tune into that energy of anywhere you might feel stuck in your life right now. And when you're ready, front of the eyebrow, I've been feeling stuck in my situation. In spite of that, I see myself as free and clear. Side of the eye. I consciously choose to release any pressure around the situation. It feels playful and fun to notice new perspectives. Under the eye. And new ways I can think about my circumstances. Wouldn't it be fun if the universe brought me the perfect solution? Collarbone. I consciously choose to open to new possibilities. All right, go ahead and squeeze your wrist again. Take a deep breath in. Pull it out gently. And I invite you to close your eyes again. And we'll just imagine that. And you can actually stretch out your arms from side to side, like really stretch them as far as they'll go. And we're going to imagine that you've transformed into an eagle and you are now rising on a warm wind current. And as you extend your arms, you feel yourself lifting and lifting and lifting higher and higher and higher. Amazing. Go ahead and open your eyes. And we're going to be doing one more tapping script on that stuck feeling. So tune in anywhere you've been feeling stuck or anywhere where you've been feeling like when you approach a goal, you're starting to get low energy or you feel depleted or it's easy to get really distracted. So go ahead and tune into that energy, and we're going to tune into it just for a few seconds again. And when you're ready, we're going to go again at the front of the eyebrow and repeat after me. I've been feeling really stuck and low energy when I approach my goals. In spite of that, I see myself as free and clear. Side of the eye. Thank you, mind, for the ways subconscious is always trying to keep me as comfortable and safe as possible. Under the eye. I love to appreciate the many ideas I have because I know they lead to possibility. I consciously choose to open to new possibilities. I notice my power when I take action on the ideas that feel like a hell yes in my body. Collarbone. It feels playful to explore ideas I have, regardless of results. It's fun to notice how much joy I experience when I give myself permission to play with my energy and ideas. I easily notice my energy expand when I lead with the energy of play. Great job. Squeeze your wrist, take a deep breath in. Let it out gently. And say peace. And this time, our farmer is going to decide to plant magic beans. So once again, I'll invite you to close your eyes. And this time we're going to be planted into the ground. But when we sprout, we're not just sprouting a little bit, we're sprouting a lot, all the way up into the clouds. So I'm going to invite you again to close your eyes, take a deep breath in. And Mr. Farmer is going to plant you into the ground, pat that warm, nice dirt around you, giving you a nice cocoon, sprinkle you with a little water, and I'm going to invite you to take a deep inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to grow all the way up into the clouds. So let that breath out. And grow, grow, grow. Amazing. Well done. You can open your eyes when you're ready. All right. We've got 3 more scripts to go. You're doing amazing. All right, this next one is if you've been feeling like you don't know how to change your situation, or again, a little bit of that stuckness, but it's from a little bit of a different angle. So we're gonna hit it one more time. So anywhere you feel like, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to change my situation, if you wanna tap into those feelings for just a few seconds, I'll invite you to close your eyes, get familiar with that feeling. And when you're ready, we'll come back again to that front of that eyebrow, and here we go. I've been feeling like I don't know how to change my situation. In spite of that, I see myself as free and clear. Side of the eye. It feels so playful and fun to see myself as the innovator. I am a scientist. And I get to choose which experiments I want to run based on my results. Under the eye. If my current results are no longer useful, I can simply change the experiment. It feels so expansive and fun to recognize the many variables I have the power to change. Collarbone. As I open to innovation, I easily notice new solutions and possibilities becoming available to me. As I dream, I become a magnet for my dreams. Squeeze your wrist, take a deep breath in. Let it out gently. Again, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes, and this time I'm going to invite you to imagine that you are a scientist and you've walked into a science lab and you're wearing the science coat and you've got the science goggles and you're walking over to one of the cupboards on the wall. And on the counter in front of this cupboard is a vial that represents the energy that you have been working with, how you've been feeling. And as you open this cupboard, you see that there are rows and rows of test tubes of all different energies that you have available to you, and you can choose any one of them. So open the cabinet and go ahead and look at all of the test tubes and choose which test tube would be exactly the right energy to add to the energy that you have been working with in the past up to this point, so that you can add them together and create the new energy that you need to go forward. Once you've selected your test tube, I want you to pull it out, hold it up to the light, notice its color, notice if it's shiny or if there's anything in the liquid. And then when you're ready, go ahead and pop off the cork if it has one, and pour that energy into the test tube of the energy that you've been working with, and watch it transform. You've just created a whole new energy. This energy is the energy that you're going to carry with you from this point forward. There's no going back. You've added exactly what you needed to that energy. And if you added something else, the energy could change again, but we can't go back. And that's okay, because the energy that we've added was exactly the right energy for you. And now it's seeping in to every part of your energy. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. All right, we've got 2 more. You're doing great. This one is about feeling isolated or alone. So if you've been feeling disconnected at all or separated from anybody or community, this is a good tapping script for you. So if you want to take a moment to tune into anywhere you may have been feeling isolated, alone, lonely, and we're going to go ahead and tap on those feelings. Coming to the front of the eyebrow, I've been feeling isolated and alone. In spite of that, I see myself as free and clear. Side of the eye. I consciously choose to recognize my connection to all things. I am one with the universe. Under the eye. I love to notice how the universe responds to my thoughts. I am consciously choosing new, more useful thoughts. Collarbone. I easily notice my many strengths and wonderful qualities. I thank the universe for aligning me with exactly the right people and connections. If it feels like joy and connection, I'm in. Squeeze your wrist, take a deep breath in. Blow it out gently. Again, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. And this time I'm going to have you imagine that you are a grain of sand. And you are just one grain of sand. And you're entirely contained within this grain of sand. And this grain of sand has been feeling like it's a little bit isolated and disconnected. But what this little grain of sand is now realizing, as we zoom out and out and out and out, is that this one grain of sand is part of a huge, huge desert. And try as we might, we can't distinguish that one grain of sand from the entire desert once we zoom out that far. That grain of sand will always be part of this larger picture, just as you will always be part of the larger connection to all things. So go ahead and take a moment to look at that whole desert. Feel your connection as that one grain of sand to the entirety of that desert. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. All right. This last tapping script is based on worry about the future. So if you've been feeling worried or anxious about the future, this is the tapping script for you. This is one that was influenced a lot by both the Aquarius themes of future thinking, innovation, and vision for the future, but also by people in my Instagram story. So again, thank you to everyone on Instagram for your input, because it makes a really big difference and helps me know how I can best serve you. So last tapping script, I'd like to invite you to tap into any feelings you have about worry about the future, any worries, any anxieties. We're going to just sit with that for a few seconds. Great job. And we're going to come to the front of the eyebrow, and here we go. I've been feeling worried about the future. In spite of that, I see myself as free and clear. Side of the eye. As I consciously focus on the present moment, I easily notice my power. I easily notice when my thoughts are becoming worry-filled, when I think about the future. And I consciously close the tab under the eye. Wouldn't it be fun if the universe threw me a surprise party? Wouldn't it be cool if it all worked out exactly right? I love to appreciate all that is going well. It feels playful to explore the ideas that cause pleasure in my body. Collarbone. I easily notice my power and peace expand as I connect to my breath. The universe always serves me the perfect breath when I need it. Go ahead and squeeze your wrist and take that big, perfect breath in. Let it out gently. And I'm going to invite you to close your eyes for one more visualization. And here I'm going to ask you to visualize that you are in a mist. And this is the mist of all things. This is the mist that everything is made from. And in this mist is a light. And this light is you. And as you notice this light, it begins to burn just a little brighter. And you begin to realize that you have a lot of power over this light. And so when I ring the little bell, I'm going to invite you to take in 3 breaths. I'll ring the bell 3 times. And as you take each breath in, I invite you to allow that light to grow and expand. So get ready. We're going to take a breath in. And allow that energy to sink into every cell of your being. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me for this Aquarius season EFT tapping video. If you enjoyed it, it would mean so much to me if you would like, subscribe, and leave a comment so that I know to make more videos like this in the future. Thank you so much for following along, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and year.